Y'all wouldn't believe the stories, man, behind this Acura Legend. Y'all would not believe the stories, man. I remember the real reason why I got to connect in New York for Rockaway, Queens. The real reason. These dudes. Y'all know what time it is. Your boy Scoop Life 365, man. Finally got some electronics and stuff in for the Acura Legend. You know, we're getting these cars, right? The Acura Legends and the BMW stuff ready for this TV series that I'm shooting. And I just want to walk y'all through, like, exactly, you know, what we're using. So, yeah. We got a 95 Acura Legend GS model, all the bells and whistles. So this is the type of car that I had when I was actually in the streets when I was young. You know, this is the type of car that I had, and it's a lot of stories with this car, man. A lot of stories, and you know, it's crazy. You know, it was the Acura Legend got some memories, man. Let me break it down to you a little bit deeper than what I've done, so you can understand where it started from. Okay, see, there's the Legend right there. You know, early 90s, Acura Legend, young dude. Inside, gray leather on the charcoal gray with the gray mesh wheels, BBS style mesh wheels. So that's where it started from, see? 5th Street right there. So dudes that really don't know where it started from, that's where it started from right there. I was in Jones Beach, New York, around this time. And that's when I met these cats. And that's where I got my New York Connect from. There go the Acura Legend right there, you see it? Anybody from my area, y'all remember, there used to be a corner store right there. That's Mr. Gay house right there. He used to have a house parked right next to him. And this right here is 5th Street, you know? It's 5th Street. It's the house used to be next door to my grandmother's house. But that's the Legend right there, if you can see it, man. So all the stories I tell y'all, man, are real stories, man. And it is what it is. But I can get a lot deeper into the stories about the Legend, but I won't at this moment. But I want y'all to subscribe, log in, man, because we really got some stories. This is the car that started it all right here. That's how I got my first Connect, this Legend right here. You know, I fixed that whole car. How you see it right there, I done all of that. You know what I mean? With the gray interior. Let's go back. See, I even had a 112 in the trunk. See the gray leather interior to match the wheels. See, look at that. See that interior gray? The wheels gray? I put that combination together. And you know, that's what I've always been a jazzy dude when it comes to building and making these cars and putting them together. That's why I'm so nice with it today. You know, because it was something that I always done. I always had a love for. You know, so yeah, y'all know what time it is, man. Your boy Scoop Life, man. Make sure y'all log in, subscribe, man, and catch these stories, man, because I was really doing it back in them days. I just want to lay it out to y'all to show y'all how I made it out the game. But then I got to show y'all first that I was really in the game, that I was really in the streets. So that's the attempt that we're going to do. I'm going to hit you with these stories. We got BMW. I mean, we got all types of stories I can get into. I mean, let's just go through it. See? That's my first BMW right there. Got plenty of stories with that. That's my first BMW. That's the interior. You know. Took a couple pictures back in the days, but that's my first BMW. And we'll get that later on, you know, on maybe on the next joint. But make sure y'all subscribe, man. We're about to give away some stuff really soon. I need y'all to just subscribe, like, comment, man, and do what y'all do, man. Scoop Life 365, man. Get with y'all soon. Like, this was like one of my first cars, you know what I mean? This was the first car in my teens, you know, that I got from getting money. You know, like I said, I had my little spot, you know, Division and 5th, you know, that was my kind of circle. Norfolk Road is what we called it back then. So that's how I got my money. And this was one of the first cars that I got, man, the Acura Legend, man. I mean, I just fell in love with the whole car. But like I said, it was the Rolls Royce back in those days. So I was really feeling like the style, the way they made it, the leather, that it was a 4-door, but it was still really quick and fast. And I fell in love with this car. But make a long story short, man, this car, it's what really got me to really popping. How I got my first connect from New York. So let me run the story back to you. So my dude K, and I'm gonna use initials just to represent these dudes. My dude K took me up to Fort Rockaway, Queens. That's where his cousin lived at. So went up there mingling, going up there for the Jones Beach event. And I know y'all New Yorkers know what the Jones Beach event was. I mean, it was crazy because we would literally be on the interstate, man. Every lane packed, cars not moving. So I got V with me, and I got one of the other dudes with me, which is friends with K cousin. And we all in the legend and stuff. These dudes got the sunroof pop. They outside the sunroof popping bottles and stuff like that, and having a good time, enjoying themselves. But they kept questioning me, still like, man, what you doing? You do blah blah. What kind of work you this and this and this and that? So I told him, I said, nah, man, I'm a hustler. I'm hustling, man. I don't work for nobody. And these dudes at the time, I think they was working at the hospital and stuff. Like, I don't know what they do in New York, but it was something about, I don't know whether they were doing janitorial work but they was working at the hospital. So after going up there, kicking it with them dudes and having a good time and enjoying myself, this and this and that, I get a call maybe like 2-3 weeks from then. Dude V like, yo, what's up? I said, what's up, man? He said, man, look, you think if I be able to do boom 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 and get a connect up here, this and that I can send the work down, and boom boom boom, I'll be your connect. I was like, do what you do. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm already bubbling, I'm already rocking. Do what you do. So at that point, I think he got like in a car accident or something like that, and he was supposed to get like some real money back. I mean, some real money. And make a long story short, that's what happened. He took the money, boom, went and done what he done, and and we connected with my dude K, and boom, 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 made that happen and got the stuff down, this and that, and that's how we was rocking it out. So that was my first connect from New York. And I say, and I all owe it to the legend, is because I was getting money and I was driving a nice whip and making money and stuff. It connected me in that sense to the dude, be like, yo, I want to get some of that money, and which made him go in that direction. I inspired them to go in that direction. And then make a long story short, this same group of dudes years later moved down to VA, and they was getting money, and we was still cool and this and this and that, even though I wasn't really connected with them for a while. But when they came down, we linked right back up, and it was all love again. But these dudes, they was really getting it in at that point, and I was fading out, like getting out of the game. But I still rock with them a little bit before all that fell apart, and that's a whole nother story. We'll get to that later. But anyway, I remember, we was out, I was out here getting money. My dude V was sitting it down, man. He ended up buying him a Lex coupe, and they started coming down to VA certain, Labor Day and stuff like that, man. It was real cool, man, because I inspired them to get in the streets, and get that money, and they continue to do that. That became their life. And like I said, I'm real talk, man. Like, these dudes was working at the hospital. Like, stories could be collaborated with anybody you want to talk to during that era that knew me and knew these dudes or whatever. But these was a straight New York. But anyway, anybody could collaborate that, because these New York dudes, they knew what it was about back then and how I got down. And that's part of the story of this Acura legend. It was my baby, so that's why we redoing everything to take the TV series back to the 90s and what was popular and what was going down, because I was part of that time era. I was part of that. I was a popular dude. I got money. I drove big cars. I was hustling. I was always self-sufficient. Always got money, and that's why I be telling dudes today. I be like, one thing about me, I was always self-sufficient. So even when dudes try to beat me or get over or think they're getting over, I'm really just letting them do that, because I always was self-sufficient. I really never needed anybody. And those are my days, of the Acura legend days. But it was a great time, man. It was a great time. I won't change my life for nothing. I won't go back and change nothing, because it made me who I was. It made me who I am. And that's the Acura legend story, man. It's a lot more stories to go with the Acura legend, but we'll wait to get to them later. But I just need y'all to log in, I need y'all to subscribe. I need y'all to comment. I need y'all to like, so I can give y'all more stories, because the new TV series is coming soon. I want y'all to get all this information before the TV series come out. You know what I'm saying? So it won't be no holes, won't be no gaps in between what I'm telling y'all and what I'm presenting to y'all in the TV series, man. I want to give a shout out to my man Bootsy. Phil Croc. You already know. If you see this, man, we doing your documentary too, and his documentary is deep. It's gonna be deep. I'm gonna be producing that junk. Shout out to my man Mikey that's on that music thing. Why all these dudes is locked down, but they still know the love. And me and Bootsy even got a story in the legend. I remember I was a little young dude, man. And Bootsy took. You know what? I ain't even give y'all that story right now. I'll save that story for later. But that's another Acura legend story. When we get with the Acura legend again, I'll give y'all that story, because that dude is funny, man. But anyway, subscribe, log in, man. Keep sharing, man. And like I said, this is what we're rebuilding for the TV series, to really take you back into the 90s, or how it really was. And that's how it really was, man. I got my first Connect driving my Acura Legend, 4 Rockaway Queens. Shout out to my dude V. He know what it is. Shout out to L. Shout out to K. They all know what it is. And I got them dudes to hustling. I got them dudes to doing their thing. Real talk, man. Alright, subscribe. Holla at y'all later, man. About to get out of this car, and what we'll do, we'll fill y'all in later. About to go do some more writing, and subscribe, log in, comment, do what y'all do, man. Scoop Life 365. This stories are much deeper too. Holla at you, boy.